Let's go.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. It is a lovely Saturday night, right before Christmas and New Year. I will say right now that this will probably be the last stream until after New Year because everyone's busy. I'll be busy. I've still got to go to work now and again. Obviously, Marc's away. People are travelling, all that lot. I just want to chill out. So this will be the last stream till after New Year. That's all good. I'm sorry we didn't stream Wednesday. I wasn't quite up to scratch, and I think, well, if I'm not going to be, full energy, ready to do it, I don't want to stream if it's not going to be up to scratch. I really wasn't very good. So tonight we're going to make up for it, hopefully. Obviously, we've got the usual co-host down in the bottom right there. So do you want to say your hellos there, Marc?
Hello. How is everybody?
Yeah. Hello to everybody in the chat. We've got 10 people watching, you know what I mean, just gone live. I've had this scheduled in since about dinner time for me today. That's all good. Just wanted to make sure everybody was in the loop, and I've put the notification on the Facebook page. I still haven't got many people on the Facebook page, so please go check out Ava UK on Facebook. Just search Ava UK on Facebook and find my page. Join that. I post little behind the scenes clips, updates, what's going on, video links and general thingy, and obviously you can directly message me on there if you fancy a chat and that as well. EBRFPV's gone Centroid with the devil horns. Awesome stuff, rock and roll. Great to see you, EBRFPV. Thank you for joining us. Karel Barassa's in the chat as well. Lauren Amy right at the top, just sat right off camera, right there. I won't expose Lauren Amy on the camera, but she is right there to critique and occasionally butt in, I assume, on some of the things we're talking about. As she does, but that's all good. It's usually good stuff what she's saying. No swearing tonight, please.
I never swear.
You did once. I'm holding you to account. So Saturday night to our news streams. We're a bit more loosey-goosey, aren't we, Marc? We just try and have some fun and, reel off the odd drone news story. And I've got some crackers tonight, including a few drone near misses. Nothing to do with the G word, but, we'll get to that as we go. Just looking at myself on camera really quick, this beard is getting quite impressive. I'm liking it.
Yes.
It's all right. I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption lately, and I'm going for a Wild West beard. As you
Mine's
can see,
getting a little grayer by the day, too. Mine's getting a bit grayer, too.
Yes, after this stream, me and Marc are only possibly, going to test Red Dead Redemption online live stream, because me and Marc have been playing that the past couple of nights and having an absolute scream, and we think it'd be fun just to broadcast that on YouTube, and just like that. Karel Barassa says, just like many people, I'm busy for the Christmas holidays, but I always make time for both of you, Steve and Marc. Oh, Karel.
That's nice. Thank you.
You're melting
Thank
my
you.
heart. Honestly, that is lovely.
That is a nice comment.
Like I say, I'm going to be busy over Christmas. Usually the Wednesday night streams, whatever, this year lands on Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, right? So that's not going to be good, right? Because I know I'll be busy for both of them. And the Saturday, I think I've got some family coming to visit and whatnot. I won't have time to do it. So after the New Year will be the next Wednesday night stream, and then we'll pick up like that where we left off. So thank you everyone for joining us. Shall we get into a drone news story, Marc, or shall we introduce the hen? It's up to you.
No, let's just get into the news stories. Hen's taking a break.
Okay. So this is an awesome, well, dreadful, but awesome for me coming across it. Drone news story. This is from The Mirror, and they will print anything, right? So, yeah, take it for what it is. Now, I can't actually share the link because it's too long, the link, right? So, unfortunately, can't share the link. But if you go on The Mirror's website, you'll be able to find the story. Just unfortunate I can't share the link, but never mind. So, obviously, last stream we did, we talked about a helicopter being hit by a drone. We decided in the end that that was probably somebody shooting at the helicopter because the damage was consistent with a bullet hole, right? And a muzzle flash, right? Not a drone in any way, not the way it was described anyway. Now this is just a whole different ball game, but this is a drone near miss. Rojo Droner, thank you for popping in and saying hello. Good day to you. I hope you're doing well. So this story: British Airways passenger saw drone flying at 30,000 feet near Heathrow Airport. Now, that sounds incredible, and I don't think that a drone, even with like Mavic range, 8 kilometres, I don't think that's going to transfer straight up to 30,000 feet, to be fair. And around Heathrow, it's not mountainous in any way, so you're not going to be stood on top of Everest flying or anything like that. I'll read the article, it's quite a short one. Sarah Baker was on a flight from Tokyo when she spotted the remote device, which is supposed to be restricted to a height of just 400 foot due to UK law. Right? Mad Kiwi, thank you for joining us, mate, to the sort of slightly wacky, off-the-cuff Saturday night drone news live stream. General chat will take place as well. So that's obviously your general sort of stock image that you get. No, I don't want notifications from the mirror, thank you. So Sarah Baker said the drone had 4 legs. That's the stock photo right there. And this is the actual bulk of the article there. Yeah, Mad Kiwi says 30,000 feet is about 10,000 metres, yeah. So that's like 10 kilometres in it up, right? It's not going to happen, is it? So a worried British Airways passenger has reported seeing a drone flying at 30,000 foot in UK airspace. Sarah Baker was on a flight from Tokyo and was 30 minutes from landing at Heathrow when she spotted the remote device. In her report to police, Sarah said she was close enough to see the drone had 4 legs and was partially or partly blue. British laws restrict the machines to a maximum height of 400 foot. Sarah of Cambridge says, "I'm absolutely certain of what I saw. It was worrying." She said the Civil Aviation Authority advised her to contact police after the incident on November the 29th. The Met said it had received contact but was not investigating. Right, and then Sarah was in a British Airways plane, stock photo, right? So that's nothing to do with the story. It's just a stock photo showing you of like a jet that she would have been on, right? So a near miss at 15,500 foot over South Yorkshire was reported in June. Yeah, that's 15,000. We'll get to that afterwards, but for now, right, this is a British Airways jumbo jet, 30,000 feet, about 30 minutes away from Heathrow, right? And one passenger saw a drone. Does that sound real? Mark, what's your thoughts on that real quick, mate?
Well, it's funny you mentioned it, and we talked about it before, and I googled highest flight of a drone. Now I don't think it's real in this case, but there are 2 links. I can post one if you don't mind, if people want to look at it. Do you mind?
No, post the links. That's all good.
This link says a drone has broken the record by flying above 11,000 feet, and it was done in your homeland there, Steve. But oddly enough, I found this one also, where in Russia someone had flown their drone to 30,000 feet, and I'm going to copy that and paste it. So I'll let the audience here have a gander at these. So according to that site, it is possible to fly a drone to 30,000 feet plus, and is it possible? According to, I don't know how true these stories are, but it is possible. But I don't think they're at all common.
No.
I don't know. The jury's out on it, but I'd like to know the physics. I don't know how true they are because those props are small. They're not efficient, and I don't know how they handle thinner air like we discussed earlier. And not only that, the coldness. I mean, the batteries are going to react badly in the cold as well. So it's hard to say. I would think that 30. I say 11,000 feet. Apparently, there's video showing it. I'm going to say 30,000 feet is almost nearly impossible unless you have something special on that drone.
Yes.
Or battery
Real
warmer or
quick, just
something.
say hello to a few people in the chat. I'm not ignoring anybody. I was just on a bit of a mission there. Murad, I hope
Yeah.
you're well, buddy. Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure. AZ Drone Dude, awesome. Thank you for dropping in. Hello to you, mate. And there was one other as well. Love my drones. Thank you for dropping in, mate. I'll just recap real quick. This is a story from the Mirror. I can't post the links. It's too long. It's like 215 characters. But just go on the Mirror's website if you want to find it. It's only from 2 days ago, 19th of December, so it'd be easy enough to find. And one woman on board a jumbo jet, British Airways jumbo jet, has claimed to have spotted a drone flying at 30,000 feet, right? And as Mad Kiwi points out, it'll be going at like 500 kilometers an hour, right? You know, from the simulations I did in Flight Sim, there's no way at all. And obviously, you're not even facing forwards, right? You're in a passenger seat. So you'd have, boom,
With a window that
window
big.
of opportunity to see a drone. Right, no, it's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah.
1 second. Your mic has gone quiet, Steve, says Mad Kiwi. From what I can tell, I think my mic is... 1 second. Yeah,
I hear you fine.
1 sec. I'll edge the volume up slightly on that. Okay, that should help, hopefully. The mic's just there. But yeah, I think that sounds pretty incredible. Flying in the cockpit in Flight Sim at them speeds, zoom, it's gone, right? Yeah. So
Yeah. And you have a good point too. Think about how big, or I should say, how small the windows are for passengers as well.
Yeah.
To get a good clear sighting as it flies by that window, forget it.
No. So she's gone and reported it to the police, and they've said they're not investigating. And I'm not surprised why they're not investigating, because you'd be a fool to investigate that. Where would you even start with leads on a case like that?
Yeah.
One woman, she's probably, she's come back from bloody Tokyo. She's been on that flight all day, right? That is a long flight. That's a good 12-hour flight at least, right?
Yeah. I say fatigue.
Yeah, it's got to be, Anna. It's got to be some sort of fatigue. No, there's no way that was a drone. The little windows, I know how big them windows are. They're like that, aren't they? Maybe a touch bigger. And looking sideways out the plane, it's going to go straight past, isn't it? How can she identify the colour and it had 4 legs? And nah, she was hallucinating. That is my theory. Now, if anybody watching has any sort of contact with this woman, please get her to message me on Facebook. I'd love a chat with her just to find out more details. I doubt that'll ever happen, but if you're watching, please get in touch with me, and I'm happy to hear you out. But I don't think you saw a drone. I don't think the police think you saw a drone either. You probably had one too many little bottles of wine on the flight back. I'm sorry to say it. EBR FPV, yeah, sure, it was a valid sighting. The drone just flew along the plane at 500 mile an hour for a couple of minutes for her to study it. Jeanette Pickering, hello, Mark and Steve. Jeanette,
how are you?
Hello, Jeanette, great to see you.
Merry Christmas, dear.
Yes. So, for anybody who's just popped in, I will say my Christmas wishes for everybody right now. Awesome stuff. I hope you're all well, and I hope you have a great Christmas and all that lot. We're not ending the stream right now, but people pop in, people pop out. I hope you all have a great Christmas. I'll keep saying that from time to time. Amjad, I hope you're well, buddy. Great to see you. Oh, there we go. That's the Dr. Pepper talking. Jeanette says, Merry Christmas to you both. Ah, Jeanette. Yes, indeed, yeah. At some point, I'd love a Skype chat or something with you. It'd be really nice. You know what I mean? It'd be good. So I'll be in touch on Facebook, and we'll have a little chat sometime, around Christmas, if that's all right. Good to catch up and all that lot. So, yeah, I think she's hallucinating, personally. And there we go. I'll read a few of these other near misses that are referenced in the article. A near miss at 15,500 foot over South Yorkshire was reported in June 2018. A hobbyist has claimed his drone reached 33,000 feet in Russia. A drone flying at 4,000 feet came within 10 foot of a £46 million private jet near Luton in April. I think I do have that story linked as well, unless it's a different one. The NetJets Bombardier was travelling at 200 mile an hour, some 4,000 foot above Luton Airport, when it almost hit the remote device, which was flying at 4 times the allowed height. That doesn't sound right to me, because it'd be 10 times the allowed height, right? If it's 4,000 feet and 400's the legal limit, you know, so they've already got a fact wrong there. It's believed the near miss is the joint closest ever recorded in UK airspace. There have been a string of near misses with drones and aircraft since the devices came on the market. Yeah, but the AirProx report, let's not forget that, the UK AirProx board, actual 747, you know, jumbo jet pilots and that all got together along with the CAA, and not a single drone near miss could 100% be confirmed to be a drone. And there was over 200 strong cases that all ended up getting maybe or implausible or not confirmed in any way, right? So just bear that in mind, that a lot of this is just speculation, these articles and supposed near misses, right? So just bear that in mind. Until it's confirmed, it's just, you know, it's headline grabbing attention, innit? You know what I mean? Love My Drone says, this place sounds a bit like the National Enquirer over here. Yeah. Mad Kiwi says, it wasn't a drone, Steve, it was the 715 to Glasgow. Okay. He also says, ho, 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 what a crock of poo. Right, so that's cool. Yeah. Right, Mark.
Okay.
Final roundup, mate. Right, I don't think a drone is going to fly at them altitudes, to be fair. The air's too thin.
No.
Right, let's just be honest. The air's too thin. Right.
I think so.
Let me just have a look.
Too cold.
I'm just going to have one quick Google search on this. How thin is the air at 30,000 feet? Right, we'll just see.
And look at the temp too.
Yeah. At what altitude does the air start to thin? It starts to thin at about 8,000 feet. There we go. Just looking. Yeah, it's a lot of oxygen levels and all that lot. Yeah. I'm going to look into that, and I will get back to you on the facts with that, but it's going to be hard to check just while I'm on the stream. Yes. I don't think a normal drone with propellers is going to get to 30,000 foot just because of the thin air. Myself, it really struggle. I think it's going to struggle at like 16,000 feet, let alone doubling it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Well, jumbo jets can't do like 500 knots or whatever at ground level. They can't do it. The plane would rip itself to bits. They can only do that when they're at 30,000 feet because the air is thin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's...
And it, again, I don't want to harp on it, but it's thin and it's cold. The lipos don't last very long in cold weather.
No, and I mean, the iPhone I use to fly my drone, it can report having like 30-40% battery. You can go out, start flying in cold weather, that'll just die, right? That'll die on 30%.
And that's at ground
battery,
level. That's at sea level.
I mean? Yeah, I've had me Mavic. It reported about 20% battery. I went to take off just to move it a bit closer to me to bring it in, and the battery died on that. I went and retrieved it by hand. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mad Kiwi says my bro said he has flown his Mavic Pro at 5,000 meters in outback Aussie, up and down, but he has lots of dosh too. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, well, 5,000 meters, that's like 15,000 feet. I think that's where you're going to start to cap out, to be fair. After that, it's just exponential how much more energy you need in your props to get higher up. You know?
Think about the power it takes to get the drone up to 30,000 feet and then to successfully bring it back down with enough power to land without crashing.
Yeah.
You know, that's a hell of a distance.
It is. Yes, indeed. So, Mark, on to your story then, mate. Let's have it. I think that one's debunked. I'm calling that one debunked. If the lady wants to get in touch and convince me she hasn't drunk too much wine on the flight, I'll be happy to listen, okay? So, Mark, we're over to you, mate. Screen share is on. I'm going to kick back for a minute.
Okay, well, this one actually piggybacks, as you mentioned, this near flight, and it actually has the has the Airprox report on it, and so I'm reporting on the one that happened over Luton Airport,
Okay.
and it was in August. It says the latest Airprox, which latest, it is in August, so it's a little outdated. It was understood to be the closest ever drone sighting in UK. The report was made by the pilot of a NetJets Bombardier that was traveling from Nice, France to London. The pilot reported seeing the drone 14 miles west of the airport at an elevation of 4,000 feet, while the jet was traveling 200 miles per hour. Allegedly, the 14-seat, $46 million or million pound private jet passed the drone within a mere 10 feet. Now, 200 miles an hour, something being 10 feet close.
Right.
How visible is that? Seriously. It says as frequent, and it goes so far. If you go down, it says the following is the report by the Airprox. This one I find very interesting. It says where did it? It says let's see. Okay, so the says reports that the GL 6000S pilot reported that he had seen a drone at 4,000 feet and almost hit it. He was 12 nautical miles final, or NM final for, I guess, Luton. The following aircraft, the aircraft that came behind it, said it did not see any drone. But again, 2,000 or 200 miles an hour, 10 feet away, that's going to buzz by you pretty quick. I don't know if you're going to be able to identify it as anything significant. So that's just a little bit more specificity on one of the near misses that you were talking about. So it also goes so far as to say, because this is from Drone DJ, it says, as frequent readers of Drone DJ will know, there have been many drone sightings over the past few years, but only very few confirmed cases. In many drone airport incidents, they report unmanned aircraft might have been an illusion, bird, balloon, plastic bag, or another unidentified flying object. Not too long ago, DJI even warned that people should not jump to conclusions too quickly and not point to drones as the likely culprit. Well, of course, DJI is going to say that. This case is no different. So, based on this, I don't know if they really confirmed it was a drone or not. But 10 feet at 200 miles an hour, I don't think I'd be able to. I don't think I'd be able to tell what the hell that
No.
was. 10 feet at 60 miles an hour is going to be hard to determine what it is.
Yes, indeed.
Let alone-
I've just had a look at
Yes.
the oxygen levels at 30,000 feet.
No, that's oxygen levels, babe, not air thickness. Don't get mixed up.
It'll still be thin though, won't it?
It'll be very thin, but I was looking that up and I didn't want to get mixed up with oxygen levels and air thickness.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
that's a different thing altogether.
either way, at 29,000 feet is ultra. That's how tall Mount Everest is. So it's basically being on top of Mount Everest.
Yeah, how high is Mount Everest though?
It's 29,000 feet.
Are you sure that's how high Everest
Yeah, that's
is?
what it says here.
Is that really how high it is? That's
Yeah.
high up, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've got it there, look.
Let me just look that up quick. Sorry.
Babe, it's there.
Interesting. If you read any of the comments in the article that I listed, one of the comments says, while 4,000 feet is within the operational capabilities of many recreational drones, this is far outside the practical as well as software imposed limits on many models. It's possible, but pilots also report seeing many other things that don't always pan out to be true. Well said.
Yeah. And I will just
Yeah.
cut in quick because I have the Daily Mirror article relating to this. But obviously, I just thought I'd mention that. So next story, I'll
please
skip
do.
past that. Yes. This is very strange. And obviously, in the Mirror, they actually. I'll just flick over to mine real quick. This is the Mirror article. I'll link that in the chat real quick. I don't mean to hijack, no pun intended. I can't actually get I can't actually get the link in because it's a Mirror article and it won't have it. It's the same thing again. Look, you know what I mean. An aviation expert said if the remote device had shattered the cockpit windscreen, it could have killed or injured the crew and all that lot. And there was a big thing on BBC. I remember seeing a thing that was doing on that. They were saying, sometimes them sort of planes are used by like British royalty and all that lot, and blah blah blah. It's not known who owned the device yet, all that lot. Right, back to your article, mate. I just thought I'd cut in on the Daily Mirror's thing of it.
That's pretty much it. It's just good that I piggybacked on it and just wanted to give a little bit more detail to that Luton Airport incident. And 10 feet, like I said, they claim to have seen it within 10 feet of the aircraft, which again raises some suspicion. That's it. I'm good with this. It's a short article.
Yeah. The thing is, that simulate. I will keep going back to that simulation. I'm so happy I did that
Yes.
video. At them speeds, it's very, very hard to identify. Even at 10 foot, you're probably going to have more difficulty identifying it because obviously it's like your own sort of relative view to things. It's going to whiz straight past. At them
Right.
speeds, 500 meters, you're not going to see most drones. So at like 500 kilometers an hour or whatever, 500 knots, whatever they're doing. I can't remember in the simulation I've come up with all the speeds and calculations. But you've literally got a fraction of a second. It could have been anything. And at 4,000 feet, I think you do get birds flying at them altitudes. Could have been a bird. Could have been a balloon.
I think
A white seagull flying by at 200 miles an hour could be mistaken for a phantom. It's white, gray, whatever, and everybody just goes to drones now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
what it is.
Yes, and it is quite disturbing. People are going straight to the drone thing, and it's so easy to blame drones, isn't it? That's the problem.
Well, the bird population is happy because they're not being blamed anymore.
Blimey heck. I know, it is ridiculous. Until there is some sort of concrete evidence that a drone hit a plane, or footage or something. Why, with all these drone near misses, aren't like aeroplane, like airline companies and all that lot, putting dash cams in the cockpit
Right.
just to prove it? I mean, how cheap is like a 4K 30 frame a second dash cam these days? Not much. Not much. Is
Mad
it?
Kiwi. Mad Kiwi says some folks can't see a semi when they pull out the side road.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you're a British woman on the tail end of a flight from Japan to Heathrow and you've had a few bottles of the old medicine light, then your eyesight will be very sharp. At 30,000
Nice
feet.
one, Lauren.
Right. Yeah.
I like Lauren's comment.
Lauren Amy says, I'm playing a game called RDR2, that's Red Dead Redemption 2, and I always think I see a plane and the game is set in the 1800s, lol. Yes.
better than starting. I always think it's a plane.
Yeah. Look, it's a drone. That was a terrible attempt at an 1800s American accent. Never mind.
Because you're not American.
Oh, yes, indeed. So, once again, I always say now and again, thank you everybody for joining us. And later on tonight, there may just be a little Red Dead Online live stream. Don't count me on it because it's untested at the minute, and it is an absolute beast to run. It's the most demanding PC game ever made to this point. So I believe, or it's the most demanding I've ever played anyway on my PC. I've got a pretty monsterish PC and I can't play it above 1080p. It just won't handle it, right? So, and I haven't heard of anybody yet who's managed to max it out on 4K. And I mean, there's some pretty exotic gaming rigs out there with money no object, and I don't think anybody's maxed it out yet. I may be wrong. I may be wrong, but go on.
Everybody in chat, Steve got me turned on to Red Dead Redemption 2, and I got to say, it's all right. I played a little bit.
But you just do the story.
I'm surprised he hasn't come on the stream wearing a cowboy hat, riding a horse.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was about ready to call it the stream. I was in the middle of a damn mission. Like, no, I can't stop now.
Oh, blooming heck.
These things are timed, damn it.
Oh, blooming heck. I don't know.
Yeah, I am a bit hooked.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Now, the thing is, I keep trying to encourage him to play a bit of single player, but the thing is, whenever I see he's online, every 2 minutes I'm sending an invite to online, and you'll just get dragged out of single player, mate. It'd be pointless. Yeah.
Now, a question I have for you, Steve, and then we'll get back to the news. How big of a posse can you form in this thing?
8 people, I think.
Oh, Lord. We got to get some people in the chat on Red Dead. We can have some fun with an
Anybody
8-person
in the
posse.
chat, please, if you've got a fairly good gaming PC, get Red Dead Redemption 2. They often do little sales on it, 20-30% off. Get Red Dead Redemption 2. You're more than welcome to join mine and Marc's online sessions in our posse, right? It'll be very fun. We have a good laugh. Okay. Metro Drones, thank you for joining us. He says, happy holidays from Michigan. Well, happy holidays from the UK. You know what I mean? That's all good. From Lincolnshire specifically. And I'm sure Marc will give you some festive greetings, as it were.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. Right, so yeah, I will reiterate again because we've got some new people in. I want to wish everybody a happy Christmas and a happy New Year and all that lot. Merry Christmas. The next stream we'll be doing after this, to our new stream anyway, will be the Wednesday after New Year because, we're busy. The Wednesdays land on Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day, should I say. Let me just check the calendar on that. Yes, New Year's Day. I'm busy. Yeah. You know, obviously there's a bit of partying to be done as well, family visits, bit of travelling for everybody, and I haven't got time to be streaming, unfortunately. But we will pick up again after the new year. A little bit rough around the edges. Yeah.
Safe to say it'll be on my channel that Wednesday, Steve?
That will be Wednesday the... we might get a streaming on Saturday the 4th. Don't count me on that. Okay. But if not, it'll be on Wednesday the 8th of January, the next definite stream anyway after this one, okay? For anybody who'll be chomping at the bit, you know what I mean? Cold sweats because there's no Tadar news streams. I know.
Chomping at the bit, another Red Dead Redemption reference. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Amjad, that's nice. Merry Christmas to you, Lauren. Would you like to just jump in the background quick and say a Merry Christmas to everybody?
Oh, God, no.
Okay. Just shout it then.
I've said it in the chat.
Okay. She's said it in the chat. That's all you're going to be getting,
Merry
unfortunately.
Christmas.
Right.
I'm not drunk.
Okay, she's not drunk, so she's not appearing on stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so switch over to my story then. I think that one again is another possibly not a drone sighting. Okay, we're getting a few of these in now, aren't we? But that's all good. Right, I'll switch over to my story then. And you did actually reference this. Obviously, before the stream starts, me and Marc have a little catch up. I'll put the link in. Oh, this link actually works. And this is the bizarre bicopter drone that uses 2 tilting rotors for 50-minute flights.
I just saw the article on that today.
Yes, and this actually looks quite good. Not entirely sure. It looks kind of like a Mavic, but with 2 props. Right, and what did you dub it? You dubbed it the Osprey, right?
It's called the Osprey, yes.
Oh, okay. It says here the newly unveiled V-Copter Falcon is the first drone from 00 Robotics that you might consider.
That's the same company. Or you know what? Maybe I misread the article and they were likening it to the American military plane, the Osprey, which is a vertical takeoff landing aircraft, which that resembles that. So I could be mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's called the V-Copter Falcon.
That would make more sense.
So I'll have a quick read of this article then. This is from newatlas.com. Yes, EBR FPV is a bicopter, apparently. So, having made a splash with smaller drones built for simple selfie snapping flights in the immediate vicinity, 00 Robotics is back, and this time it's thinking big. The newly unveiled V-Copter Falcon is the first from the company that you might consider a typical size drone, but there's nothing typical about the way this V-shaped bicopter moves through the air. The vast majority of consumer drones these days rely on 4 rotors to control their movement by adjusting the amount of torque delivered to each of the 4 rotors. Flight control software can make these quadcopters hover in place and tilt forwards, backwards or sideways, as well as take off and land, obviously. 00 Robotics thinks this might be overkill. Its V-Copter Falcon instead cuts the number of rotors to just 2 and adds intricate tilting machinery that enables them to do the job of 4 props. These tilting rotors sit at the end of arms that extend out from the top of the drone's body, can be folded inwards when not in use to form a neat 22 by 15 by 7 centimetre package. The whole thing weighing just 730 grams. So it's right on the weight category of the Mavic, because that's around 770 grams, I believe. So it's around that mark. Yeah, and that's just an embedded video, so I'm happy to let that play. What's your thoughts on that, Mark? I'll leave that on there so you can see it on the stream as well.
I would love to test fly that thing. I think it's an amazing looking vehicle. I would love to give it a shot. But as always, I'm a bit skittish on buying first run products until they work the bugs out. Rumor has it I was on Canadian Drone Hub earlier that apparently it's going to run for about $1,000. That might be the base price before any extended like fly more kits might be added to it, like DJI does. But apparently they're offering it. You know, if you buy it, if you prepay for it, you'll save $300. So apparently you can get the thing for $600. But again, that's just hearsay right now. I haven't seen any clarification as far as that's concerned. It's kind of like what Skydio did with their latest drone. You could have bought it at a discount if you pre-purchased it. But again, I think that I'd love to take a whack at that bird.
Yeah.
It's an amazing looking
Do you
thing.
think that I'd control the same as like a Mavic?
I think it would be more. I think it might be. Did it say? I'm sorry. I was kind of reading and listening at the same time. Did it say anything about its speeds?
No, but I haven't read all the article yet. I think it's getting into that in a minute.
Yeah, from a basic standpoint, I would think it'd be more agile and might even be faster. But I don't know if that's what you want in a photo drone anyway. But it might be a bit more dexterous. I mean, you might be able to do some quick maneuvering with it because of its reduced drag with the props and whatnot. I mean, it's only got two props for crying out loud. So
Hey there,
I'd
Stephanie
love to
Kelly,
see it in
I hope
action.
you're well. Thank you for joining us. She says, "Hey, Aerial Views and everyone. Hello there. Welcome to the stream."
Hey, Stephanie.
Yes, we are talking about the V-Copter Falcon, the first sort of mainstream-ish looking drone that looks very similar to this, right? So you can see from the front there, like when it actually shows you the front, it's actually got this lip here. It's got the two sensors on the front as well. The camera
It looks very
underneath,
much like
it is
a
heavily
Mavic.
inspired by the Mavic. Let's be honest, the design of that drone is heavily inspired by the Mavic. There's no doubt about it. But it's just got rid of 4 props and put 2 like that out the sides. That does look very interesting, and I'm keen to see some reviews on it. I don't like you say, Mark. I don't want to dive straight in with that. It's definitely not one I take a risk on.
No.
And your window is going all different shapes and sizes at the minute. So let me just deal with that real quick. There we go. And I will fix it if it goes out of shape again. Right, I will read a bit more of the article there. So the main advantage of this design, at least according to 00 Robotics, is a mammoth 50-minute flight time thanks to the 4,500 milliamp per hour battery and greater efficiency through the air. The best you'll generally get out of a consumer quad today is around 30 minutes from the likes of the Mavic 2, which does weigh a little bit more at 907 grams, blah blah blah. That's going into batteries. If this figure indeed checks out once testers get their hands on the V-Copter Falcon, it may well be a game changer for the field of aerial photography. And there's some real substance to go with this unique flying style. The V-Copter is fitted with a 2.3 inch CMOS sensor, the same you'll find on DJI's latest gear, allowing it to grab stills at 12 megapixels and 4K video at 30 FPS. The camera sits on a 3-axis mechanical gimbal to keep the footage smooth, while the video can be transmitted back to the user from up to 7 kilometers, 4.3 miles away. So it's Mavic standard camera and transmitting kind of thing as well. Vash Matrix, hello there. Thank you for joining us. It says, how long till we have an affordable drone to carry my 200-pound butt? That's going to need all kind of permits, right?
Yes. Well, not unless you're in England, you get one of those ultralights and fly around.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, yeah. In the UK now, it has come to law from the end of November, so this is like 3 weeks in now. To fly a drone now over 250 grams in the UK, you do need to register and sit an online safety test and pay an online fee, right, to make sure you're flying safe. But if you want to buy a microlight, which is like a little miniature aeroplane that you can sit in and actually fly around in, you don't need a license for that. You don't need to register. You don't need to do any safety tests. You can just take off and go into the sky.
Ludicrous. And
If
Steve,
you had a model
go
of
ahead.
that weighed over 250 grams and you wanted to fly it, no, you'd have to sit an online safety test and register for £9 a year for that. Right? Right. Mind blown. Right.
Yeah, and I took the liberty of posting I found the article in my history that I read earlier on the Vulcan, and you're right, that is the name of it, and it boasts. Obviously, I don't know who wrote the article, but they say, could it be? Where is it here? Which could potentially outperform market leader DJI's Mavic Mini, because it is only 249 grams, which is just at the 0.55 pounds. So, and it's bigger.
Well, the thing is, the Mavic Mini is aimed at people who don't want to register, let's be honest.
Right.
And it actually says on the drone sub 250, doesn't it? I think it says 249 grams, just in case the coppers show up, the police, and say, you know what I mean, oh, well, where's your registration and all that? Like, you go, well, wait a minute, Mr. Officer. This is only 249 grams. And then they go, yeah, but you got your prop guards on, right? Which pushes it over.
And I mentioned this to you, Steve. Another thing that people have been reporting, apparently, there have been some incidents of the Mavic Mini dropping out of the sky, which might be just a firmware issue. But another reason why I wait before I rush and buy things as their first run products out on the market. So if you have a Mavic Mini, just keep an eye on it. Not saying it's going to happen to all of you, but it just might. You never know. So keep an eye out for firmware updates.
Yeah, but let's be honest though. I mean, with any drone, you hear the odd horror story of it just dropping out of the sky.
Yeah.
I mean,
take it with a grain of salt.
These reports of the Mavic Mini just dropping out of the sky, because I've read a few. I'm in the Facebook drone groups. I always reference that like I'm in some sort of like inner circle. I'm really not, but I do sort of eavesdrop on some people's conversations, and I've read a few where people are saying that the Mavic Mini is having quite a few flyaways as well, and they're losing it. So Mavic Mini, I'd still possibly recommend it to people. But I think it does need some firmware updates somewhere along the line. Like I say, I know people personally whose drones have fell out of the sky for no apparent reason. It happens, right? It does happen. It could happen for any reason, like mechanically or firmware. Who knows, right? So who knows? It might just be a freak incident with the Mavic Minis. DJI is usually pretty quick to fix firmware updates and stuff. So. Yeah, okay. Vash Matrix says, might be too late to change my wish list, definitely for next year. And it's Vash Matrix says, it's like my old moped, but they had to buy under 50 cc's. So it was 49.5 cc moped, just to stay under the regulations. Yeah, that's really funny, that. So I'll read a little bit more into this article here, because this is very in depth. I'll read a little bit more and then I'll pass over to Marc for one of his stories. Other features include a return to home function, pre-programmed flight paths, an auto follow feature, and forward-facing obstacle avoidance powered by a stereo camera built into the front. Zero Robotics has put the V-Copter Falcon up for pre-order on its website for current price US $699, though it plans to whack a $999 tag on it when it hits the shelves. That price includes the controller, spare props and a protective case. Shipping is slated for February 2020, while you can check out the pitch video below, but that looks like a YouTube video, so no, I won't be playing that, but obviously I will re-link the article for if you want to go and check that out for yourselves. So I've just read the entire article, and I don't want to get into all the other bits and bobs. Yeah, there's comments and whatnot. Not bothered about that. We're the ones who are commenting here, right? Yes, indeed. So, Mark, I'll switch over. You got a story ready for us, mate?
Yes, I do. Let me just post the link in the chat. And this is a very unique
Shazam.
and unfortunate use of drones. Let me just copy it and paste it. Let's see here. There we go. It says Chinese gangsters use drones to spread African swine fever. Nice. They refer to these gangsters as swine stir fry syndicates. And the article reads Chinese gangsters who are part of the swine stir fry syndicates are using drones to spread African swine fever, according to Chinese state media, scaring farmers into selling their animals at discount before trafficking these sick pigs across province lines to sell them in clean areas. So, from what I'm gathering, is they get these farmers to sell them to them for cheap prices, then they take the pigs and go and sell them, whether they carry swine fever or not, and they of course mark up the price. It says in some places, swine stir fry syndicates first plant infected dead pigs in healthy farms or plant contaminated pig feed, then spread news of the outbreak and buy pigs at discounts to flip them. In interviews, some villagers said that pig traffickers often spread rumors of an outbreak of African swine fever in their villages to scare pig farmers into selling their pigs. In one of the top 100 pig breeding countries, the head of the breeding enterprise said that since the outbreak of African swine fever, the group's branch has found drones in the pig breeding areas dropping unknown items that were later found to contain African swine fever virus. So there's a very unique and unfortunate use of drones. That's awful.
Yes.
So, th-
Oh dear, I don't know why
thank
I'm
you.
laughing. It's just
Well, I mean, thank you so much, swine stir fry syndicates, for making a mockery of our hobby. Once again, we have idiots out there in the world. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Experts believe that the current round of the pig cycle, along with African swine fever, will result in the continued rise in pork prices, thereby giving swine stir fry syndicates a golden opportunity. Yay, criminals. Nice.
yay.
So, yeah, quick article, but a very unfortunate one at the same time. So, yeah, not. I'm sorry, I don't have very good. Usually, I have a lot of positive drone stories, but I ran into these tidbits here that I just had to report on. So, sorry, folks. That's what I got. Oh, yeah, love my drones. That talk about hogwash.
Not
Nice
prop
pun,
wash,
Ed.
hogwash. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mad
right.
Kiwi says we're all doomed. Doomed. Yeah.
So, I mean, the question I have is they claim they found these objects that were dropped by drones to contain, the swine virus or whatever it is. But do you think this is the low level that people have come to? Well, it's sad that they do it for real with pig feed, but now to do it with drones, it's just sad.
Well,
That
it's typical human greed in it. Endless
yes,
animal
yes.
suffering for a quick buck. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like what Ed says. Now to start spreading the vaccine for swine fever with drones. Could you imagine
Yeah, I had to put in the
combating it?
chat that that's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is
Just get a
good.
drone with like a little dart gun on it and just
So
immunize every single one.
yeah, so Mad Kiwi, I'm with you. I do like sweet and sour pork myself, but you're already spending $20 on it now as opposed to 11.50.
Mad Kiwi asks, where did they get the flu virus from?
Good question. They didn't report that in here. It's a very short article.
Somebody carrying the flu, I guess.
Well,
Possibly.
yeah, it'd be some version of swine flu. They'd probably do something similar. Do you know when they do the vaccines and they actually incubate the flu virus in chicken eggs? They're probably doing
Right.
something similar, but then they're not actually like killing off the virus and then making it into vaccines. They're probably just letting it go and then basically having some sort of capsules that maybe disperse them into the air, or the pigs eat them or something like that. I don't know the actual deployment method, but I'm willing to bet it's something along them lines.
Talk about taking medieval technology to into the 21st and 22nd century. I mean, think about it. That's what they used to do with catapults and trebuchets. They'd launch diseased cows into the food and water supplies of castles to get people sick, to get them to be able to raid it. Now we're just doing it with drones.
Yeah, well, back in the medieval times, what they used to do was, when there'd been a big battle, they used to cut all the
Yeah,
enemies' heads off, and they'd load
yeah.
them up into the trebuchet and lob them over the castle walls and just destroy the enemy's morale from the beginning.
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
dear, can you just imagine living in them times? Oh
Hey, look, it's
crikey!
Joe. Wait, it's just his head.
Yeah. Um,
He's back, partially.
Yeah, Love My Drone says, wasn't there a story you all did a few months ago about the drones with facial recognition for livestock? Yeah, I think you did that story, Mark, a good few weeks ago. That one, wasn't it?
Which one was that now?
The one, the drone that could detect individual livestock and track them and everything and
Yes.
identify them.
Yes, it would not only be able to identify it, but it'd be able to actually report on its health and its its vitals, breathing, heart rate, pulse, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's out there.
Yes, Mad Kiwi says pig dung is good for fertilising your garden. Um, Mad Kiwi also says in medieval times they chopped traitors' heads off. Yes, indeed. Vash Matrix
Yes.
says our pork is cheap in Iowa. I've got a family in Texas and could hunt wild hogs there if I want the real good organic stuff plus a little bit of money. Yes, indeed. Lauren Amy says influenza. Answer to the flu. Influenza is a virus that's spread from person to person. It originates actually among birds. Are you Googling this at the minute? Or is this just off the top of your head? Okay, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that to come through.
I'm not slime.
It's not come through.
Well, it should come through.
It's not come through.
Oh well.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Just real quick, right? Something about the flu. I am going to go right off topic here, but I remember it was about 9 or 10 years ago when there was the swine flu thing, and all over the news it was like, oh, swine flu is going to wipe out a third of the world's population. That was actually on the headline of a British newspaper. Swine flu is going to possibly wipe out a third of the human population and all that lot. It's a new strain of the flu and all that lot. When actually that's not true, is it? There was all sorts of information about how to stop it spreading and all that lot. And then came bird flu after that,
Right.
right?
We had that in the States
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that was all over, to be fair. And it was like, oh, it's another new strain, all that lot. A lot of people don't realise is the flu can only actually exist in so many different forms. You have a H antigen and an N antigen, H1 to 9, N1 to 15. So obviously swine flu, I believe, was H1N1. Bird flu was H5N1, I believe. And they've been around since flu's been around. It was just there was more prevalent than any other time before that that's known about. So, you know what I mean? They're not a new strain, right? They're just more
No.
prevalent. And with flu vaccines, they actually just sort of cultivate the flu virus inside chicken eggs, and then they'll sort of like sterilize it, and then they inject you with that. So that's why they say if you're allergic to like chicken protein or anything like that, you can't have the vaccinations in that form. And what they'll do is they'll pick out the 3 different strains of the flu, which they believe are going to be the most prevalent that winter, and then they vaccinate you with that, right? So you don't actually get vaccinated against every form of the flu. You know, a lot of people don't know
And
this stuff. I just thought I'd put that out there. We are approaching flu
no,
season. I
I
thought I'd put that information out there. You know.
well, I mean, on a personal note, and my wife gets mad at me every year because I don't get the flu shot, and it's his personal choice. I'm not pro or I'm against it for me. You want to get the flu shot, have at it. But I can promise you this, that it is true. The 2 times I did get the flu shot, I did get the flu that year. And I have not had the flu since then, and I have not gotten the shot. I may be playing a bit of Russian roulette. I get that, but It is, Steve. It doesn't cover every strain of flu out there, so you're taking your chances with or without it, regardless.
Yes, yes. So getting the flu vaccination is nowhere near 100% safe.
No,
The
no, it's
main
not.
groups to be concerned about, the main concern groups are the older you get, the more susceptible you are to the flu. So it's said, in all the facts and figures and whatnot. So if you are getting on a bit, get your flu jabs, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. Get the flu shot. I mean, I'm not telling people not to get it. I don't want that to be mistaken. It's a personal choice of mine. That's all.
Okie dokie. Now, I will switch over then, real quick, to one of my stories. I think we've got. Are you happy to go for another 20 minutes, half hour, Mark?
I think I can do
Yeah,
that.
good.
Sure.
It's Saturday night. Rock and roll. Saturday night. Okay. So, yeah, yeah, rock and roll 24/7, man. Right, I'll pop this link in the chat. This one grabbed my attention because why wouldn't it? I mean, look at the state of that, right? Wild West of anti-drone systems and other counter-drone
Look at
tech
that thing.
from Drone DJ. I've linked that in the chat.
Looks like he's got a bit of drone envy.
I know, yeah. Yeah, this here looks quite ridiculous. It really does. Vash Matrix says, I discourage vaccine for sure. My sister's a pharmacist and she's against it. Also, I listen to the People's Chemist who also discourages it. People should see what's in the vaccination first.
I've been vaccinated, I'm fine.
Yes, indeed, yes and no. I don't want to get into an anti-vax or whatever discussion too much, but just do your research. If you're happy with it, do it. If you're not, don't. That's all I can say. So I will jump into this then. You're reading Drone DJ. That's not even part of it, should I say? An article on Vice describes how wild the market of anti-drone systems and counter-drone tech has become. Methods used range from drone jamming rifles to ground installations that fire nets to catch unmanned aircraft. The article is based on a research paper on counter-drone technology that was released by the Centre for the Study of the Drone at Bard College. Now, I'm not going to read all of this, right? I've linked it in the chat, right? So you can go check that out yourself. I more wanted to show off the picture of that because there's all sorts of wild and wacky anti-drone systems now, and I don't want to go into every single little bit of that article. Amjad, real quick, says, okay guys, I'm going to get ready for bed now, I'm tired, but I really enjoyed this stream. I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for joining us, mate. It's an absolute pleasure. I hope you have a nice Christmas, New Year and all that lot. I hope that all goes really well. Awesome stuff. And that links in real quick to another story. Because I didn't want to read all that article there. There's too much technical stuff. Volleytronic says, darn it, too late. I hope you're well, buddy. Thank you for joining us. We're still on for a bit yet. Lincoln firm to supply drone detection tech at Royal Air Force bases. Now, Lincoln is a city, a very, very old, historic city in the UK.
Based in Lincolnshire.
Based in Lincolnshire, the county I'm in. It's like the main capital city of the county. We don't really have capital cities like that over here, but it would be if that was the thing. And they're going to be supplying drone detection tech at Royal Air Force bases. Mark, did you know anything about this?
No, I did not.
So Skyperion detects drones in the nearby area. This is from the Lincolnite, which is a Lincoln-based newspaper.
Is that just RAF bases in England or RAF bases all over the world?
I'm not entirely sure. I do know there's RAF bases worldwide. So a Lincoln firm has secured a multi-million-pound contract to supply drone detection tech at Royal Air Force bases. Metis Aerospace, based on the Lincoln Science and Innovation Park, will deliver 4 baseline systems as well as support over the next 3 years. I will just have to stop what I'm saying right now. Gary!
Oh, Gary,
you're
what's
well,
up?
buddy. Mad Kiwi says, black cleaning kills 99% of nasty things. That's why us oldies are better prepared for being immunised against the nasties. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
So I'll carry on this article quick. It's good to see you, Gary. Thank you for joining us. When the kit detects the radio frequency signature of a drone, the Skyperion will alert the operator and locate the drone as well as its pilot. The Lincoln Company also secured a contract with, I was hoping I'd go a whole stream without saying it, the G-Word Airport in January after drones caused disruption near the runways. Oh, don't tempt me. Winning both big contractors enabled Metis Aerospace to double in size during 2019, and the company believes the next year will be promising. So Tony Burnell, CEO, says the year's achievements are a testament to the hard work and dedication shown by the Metis team. After 3 years of research and development, we're now looking forward to delivering our drone detection capability across the globe. So just a quick article, but that's very, very good. That's good news, and well done to the Lincoln firm that's gone and done that. Very, very good. And obviously it's not the closest city to me, but it's the most relevant in a way. So Volatronics says, need a drone buster to bust a drone buster. Yeah, Volatronics are operate on different frequencies. Yes. Now, can you imagine? Do you know you get them electronic warfare jumbo jets, right?
Yeah.
And as they fly along, they've got like that dome on top that spins round.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a drone with one of them and it's just jamming all the other jammers? It's like electronic warfare, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to fly here, I'll just jam you all so you can't jam me.
Okay, Gary, behave yourself. Don't spam that word. You'll get them going.
Yeah. Oh, Gary. Oh, you're luring me into it. I'm not gonna say the G word. I was hoping I could go one stream without it, but there wasn't any drones there, was there? I've gone over this 1,000 times already. Yeah, fair enough. So Volatronics, a blue wrench has just come your way. I just wanted to get the article out of the way. Thank you for the great comments and all that lot. So Mad Kiwi says the only jab I've had is tetanus. I've had all sorts, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I just need to get my TV one done really bad now.
Yeah. So Marc, do you have another story for us, mate?
Yes, I do, and unfortunately, it's not a good one.
Okay.
But it's one that we can raise suspicion on. So let me copy the link and put it in the chat. There we go. So, Austral Embraer 190 damaged by drone collision, suspected, of course. Chemical analysis of impact traces has convinced Argentinian investigators that an unmanned aerial vehicle collided with an Embraer 190 shortly before it commenced its final approach on Buenos Aires. Argentinian authorities, JIAAC, says the Australineous Aries, I guess is how you pronounce it, twin jet operating from Rosario on 22nd December struck a foreign object at just over 4,000 feet, some 20 nautical miles northwest of Jordan Newberry Airport, but subsequently landed safely. Examination of the region of impact on the fuselage found an oily gel-like substance as well as fibers. Swab samples were analyzed by a metallurgical laboratory at the National University of La Plata, which determined that they largely contained carbon, oxygen, and nitrogen. These results suggested the material was carbon fiber, while the oily substance appeared to contain organic compounds known to be present in batteries. According to the results from the material analyzed, it was confirmed that the object that struck the airplane was an unmanned aerial vehicle. While investigators combed the area in which the drone was likely to have crashed based on the aircraft's height and speed, as well as the wind direction, no debris was located. Remains of the drone, of course, could have proved important information for the inquiry, says the JIAAC, providing data on its mass, performance, and operator. But based on data from a European Union Aviation Safety Agency study, the drone was probably in the medium or large category. Now, what would you classify the classic Phantom as? Would you say that's a small, medium, or large drone? What would you say, Steve? I don't know how they classify these things.
I think if you're saying small, you're talking sub 250, aren't you?
Okay, so basically it could be a hobbyist drone then, because I'm thinking if it's a larger one like a Matrice that mostly are used for commercial purposes, or maybe some other type of
Now,
drone. I don't know.
terms like small, medium, and large, I don't like. They're not
Yeah.
relative to anything.
Yes.
You
No,
know,
that's what I
you
mean.
go, is
That's
this
why I'm
phone small,
suspicious.
medium, or large? Well, compared to what? You know what I mean?
Right.
Compared to an iPhone 11, no, it's quite small. But compared to them old
Right.
little flip phones you used to get in like the early 2000s, and everyone wanted a little flip
Yeah.
phone, it was huge, right?
Yeah.
So, you
Absolutely.
know what I mean? Simple as that.
And
Go on, mate.
And although there was no confirmation that it was a drone, I love how this article, because let's be honest here, it is the Flight Global, which is not a drone periodical per se. They say that they definitively say the drone had been flying at night over a populated area within the control zone of Jordan Newberry Airport in the vicinity of the final approach. Regulations prohibit the operation of drones in controlled airspace without special authorization, the inquiry points out, but it states that it could not determine whether the drone was complying with the rules. None of the 75 occupants were injured. Cockpit voice and flight data recorder information enabled the inquiry to establish the position and height of the aircraft at the time of the collision. There was They collided. If it was a medium to large drone, there really was no damage to the plane other than the residue that was left on it from whatever hit it. Just going into the idea of what damage a drone can actually do to a plane, apparently very little. So again, suspected drone, not confirmed. They claim it's the battery residue on it, and actually, I would say that it might not be something like a Phantom, because let's be honest, most of these drones are not made with carbon fiber material, which is what they suspected they had on this thing. The Matrice, I think, has carbon fiber on it, but I know Mavics don't have carbon fiber, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Mavic Airs are
No,
not
it's
carbon
plastic
fiber; they're
and metal.
plastic and metal. Yeah, they're mostly plastic. So I don't know. What do you think
Just real
about that one,
quick,
Steve?
Mad Kiwi says, have a good show, guys. It's going to rain again, so off to Mo. Adios, guys and gals, and happy Christmas and a Merry New Year from New Zealand. Yes, mate, I wish you all the best.
Take care,
have a
man.
great Christmas, great New Year. I might do a little cheeky 5-minute, 10-minute Merry Christmas stream at some point. But other than that, no major streaming around. So I'll catch you after the New Year. I wish you all the best, mate. Thank you very much. It's always great when you pop in.
Take
mate.
care,
It
Mad
really
Gooey.
is. Yeah, safe mowing, yes indeed. Says Volatronics. I agree with that. Yeah, be careful mowing
Yes.
and that. Don't do yourself a mischief just before Christmas, right? Or ever, but especially not ruining your Christmas over it. Yeah. So when it says organic residue, I didn't know that batteries of drones had organic material in them.
Well, lithium polymer. I'm not a chemist. I don't know. I mean, if you're talking about lipo batteries, that's lithium polymer. They have different types of batteries. I don't know what drones fly what these days. I don't know. I think the Mavics are lithium, are lipo, but I'm not sure. If anybody wants to throw that in the chat to confirm it,
The
that
Mavics lipo.
yeah. But again, lithium polymer. The word polymer is not organic, as far as I know. Am I
And
wrong?
lithium's an element.
Yeah, but the word polymer, I mean, it's just multiple elements. I don't know. That's a good question.
Volatronics says lipo powered geese. I use them all the time. Yeah, outside me front room window, them swans that are going past, they're not real. They just run on lipo batteries, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Their flight time's about
The
20
remote
minutes too.
control, it's all automatic. They just go up and down. That's why you never see them fly. They just
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. Yeah, they take too much power to fly.
Yeah. Blooming heck. Should be nasty bits of lithium in them swabs. Blooming heck. Yeah, now that it seems very suspicious that they're saying carbon fibre and organic material and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I mean, what could that actually be? I don't think that would be a drone. If they're saying medium-sized drone, I mean, in the UK, the class in medium-sized drone is like 250 grams up to 20 kilos. Anything above that, I guess, would be a large, because you need different permits and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the only drones that I fly, the FPV drones, do have carbon fiber frames on them. Well, you're talking about flying that thing 4,000 feet up. Now, I know that you can do long range flights with those things now with the technology that's in there, but I don't know. It's suspicious to me. But again, I look at for me the most important part of the article is the lack of damage to the plane other than the residue that was left on the fuselage. It's not like it went through. Let's face it, if it did damage, it would have there'd be pieces of the drone stuck in the plane or inside of it if it does what they claim that drones can do to planes, which obviously this one did not. So
Um, that sounds really suspicious to me. Right, so a drone's hit an aeroplane, right?
yeah,
And the only evidence they've got is some residue on the
goo,
plane.
goo,
Like
goo
goo,
and fibers, goo and
organic,
fibers.
organic goo.
Yeah, we're talking Ghostbusters stuff here now.
You could ghost it.
it,
It could be
it hit a
ectoplasm. It's
ghost.
hit some sort of Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Killed Father Christmas.
Yeah. Volitronic says a Bot 5 would have cut the plane in two. Not. Yeah. Well, obviously, with a jet like that, if it hits anything, there's going to be some sort of physical damage to the plane, right? Not just some
Yeah.
goo, some battery goo. I mean, what the hell are they trying to pull with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Battery goo and
and
some
again,
carbon fiber bits.
and you got to take it from the source too. This is an aviation magazine or website, if you will. And let's face it, the FAA, at least here in the States, and pilots do not like drones. So anytime they can bash drones, they're going to do
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah.
They're going to do it.
Any news outlet or anything that is for pilots is always going to slam drones. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most pilots hate drones. I mean, I actually was speaking to a pilot. This was about a year and a half ago, and already he hated drones. Already, he said, you know, when you're flying, you never know if you're going to see one or anything. I'm like, you ever seen one? Well, no, but if I do.
No.
You know, I think you're being drawn in by all the news stories, mate. That's what's getting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, if you see a drone, yeah, be angry about it if it's been near your plane. But until then, you're basing your arguments on what ifs and false news articles. You know what I mean? So I can't really advise you any further on that. Vash Matrix says, is this something to do with vaccinations here? Vash Matrix says, people say the same about fluoride, but the results prove it's a problem. Some people can get problems in weeks, like autism. Some end up getting years later, but early in life, like rheumatoid arthritis. And says, Lauren, at least check out the People's Chemist and do some research on what's in each one you take. Lauren Amy says, autism is something you are born with not something you catch. The anti-vax thing that's going on.
It's post-millennials,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
It's people under
Yes.
23 who were paranoid.
Here we go.
All right. There's gonna be things going on here. Right. I agree with Vash Matrix. Checking what's in the vaccinations, whatever. You know, the whole link with autism thing has been disproven, as far as I know, by a whole lot of different scientific and medical groups. That's as far as I know, but I want to get back to drone news if we can. Yeah,
We're good.
okay.
I'm done with this story. I'm done with this story, if you want to move on.
Yeah, okie dokie. Right, there we go. I'll switch over then. Hustling on quickly. This is another article from Drone DJ. This is from December the 18th, so only 3 days old. Still relatively good. All these stories we've had, Marc, have been like literally 2 or 3 days old, which is really good.
Yes. Yes.
There we go. Princeton student breaks Guinness World Record for quadcopter. Right? It's this dude here. So 12th grader, and I'm going to do my best to pronounce this name because it looks like a Chinese or Asian name in some way. Zeshan Wei, I'll say Zekan Wei broke the Guinness World Record for the fastest quadcopter to ascend to 100 metres, or about 300 foot, with a record time of 2.732 seconds. Wei is a senior at Princeton International School of Mathematics, who has always had a passion for drones. Okay, Wei learned about the record set in 2016 by German engineer Dirk Brunner, who flew a quadcopter to a height of 100 metres in 3.871 seconds. This earned Brunner the title of fastest 100-metre ascent by a quad in the Guinness Book of World Records. Together with his research mentor Adam Kent, Wei decided to take on the task of beating Brunner's record as part of his 2-year research programme at prisons. He did calculations as per physics and maths and saw that his speed can be faster, Yang said, according to Patch. Over 1.5 years he worked to improve the function of the quad. Over time, Wei created many 3D CAD models, conducted simulations and finite element analysis on its theoretical performance, all of which contributed to the prototype he created. I'll just read all this bit for now. When I first came to prisons as a freshman, I never thought I'd been able to go this far, said Wei. I'm excited about hands-on creativity, turning what's in my head into reality. My hands always feels like magic. In the past few years at prisons, I've stayed curious and done a lot of innovative engineering projects. When thinking about research projects, my instructor, Mr. Kemp, encouraged me to challenge the world record. After a lot of hard work with simulations and trial and error, I finally achieved my goal. So Wei successfully set the new record of ascending a quad to a height of 100 metres on October 25th, 2019. Prisms is founded in 2013, non-profit, co-educational, STEM-focused school for graduates 9 to 12. So this dude then is bloody like a 12th grader, right?
No, that's a senior in college,
That's a
buddy.
senior 12th grade.
Yeah, Princeton's a university.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know about
That's
the
okay.
grades in the US. So how old would he have been then?
Well, that's fourth year in university. That's a 4-year degree, but easily misconstrued. I know my cousin in Canada. They have this similar grade breakdown as you do, so it ggets mixed up all the
I
time.
thought 12th grader was a high school student.
Yeah, like in a way, like year 12 in the UK would only be about 16 or 17.
No,
You know what I mean?
11, 16.
Yeah, no, this is a university, but still a phenomenal feat. I mean, you think about that, you'd swear he had rockets attached to the damn thing.
Yeah. Oh man, 100 meters in less than 3 seconds
With props.
with props.
Think about
Yeah, from 0 to there.
and think about. I mean, the military's gonna be all over this
I
crap.
think so. I reckon so. Yeah.
You don't need any major fuel source, combustible fuel source, and you can send something up that fast. That's like rocket speed. I mean, that's like a missile,
Yeah.
and it's probably fairly accurate too if you know how to control the thing.
Well, I mean, if the
Here we go, more drones taking out planes. You
I'd
watch.
love to see a video of it.
I know. I'm surprised they don't have it. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna have to Google that. Maybe they have, a video of.
Maybe. So let me relink that article. That's only a quickie, and I'll paste that in. I think I've got about another 5-10 minutes in me, Mark. Have you got another story for us, and we'll round.
No, I don't. I am done.
Okay. So I will have a quick roundup of just these last 3 here. I'm not going to go fully into detail with them, but I will link them for you if you want to watch them, or go read them, should I say, while we're streaming. Tab them up or whatever, or if you're watching the stream back, you can look into them yourself. So
Hey,
so this is an
Steve, I do have a link to the video for the previous world record.
Okay, yeah, link that in, mate. That's all.
I'm just gonna copy it and put it into the. I haven't watched it yet, but that's what they claim the video is. So I'm gonna put that in for the viewers to see if they can take a look at it.
Okay, so this article here I've just linked in is Lockheed Martin and Canadian UAVs to improve unmanned beyond visual line of sight operations. So that is an article right there. It's quite wordy, so I'm just going to skip past it, but I've linked it in for you. Chinese scientists create game-changer methanol battery that keeps drone in the air for 12 hours. And it looks like it's fixed wing, but oh no, it's not. It's props, but it looks like it can do a bit of fixed wing. It looks quite That looks very prototypey. That doesn't it? Looks quite big.
Yes, it
Looks
does.
almost big enough to fit a guy in it. That looks like it's on a runway or something. I can't actually link that article. The thingy is too long, but that is from the South China Morning Post, published 20th of December, 11 p.m. So if you want to look that up, you'll be able to find that easy enough. scmp.com, right there at the top, look. So you can look that up for yourself. Also, I just wanted to link these articles because obviously when we're doing the weekly streams and whatnot, we'd usually save these till the next stream. You know, the most important ones we'll go over and whatnot, but we're not streaming again, like I say, until after New Year. So I just want to link these in for you to look up on your own time, if you so wish. Okay, because I'm sure by New Year there'll be a lot of idiots who have got drones for Christmas and done something stupid with them. So we'll have plenty of stories by the New Year, don't worry. Okay, and this is just another one here from Drone Life. A drone company develops firefighting solutions unlike any others that have been seen, and I'll just show you a few pictures and all that lot from that, and link that in the chat. There we go. Right, so there we go, just like 3 little stories for you to look up on your own time. I don't want to go fully into detail with them, do you know what I mean? Because that's good. I think that's a good amount of drone news for tonight. I didn't want to go all in on the drone news. It is a Saturday night for me, obviously, for everybody. Bye logo. Right, Marc made that for me. I'll pick that up in a sec, make sure it don't get broken. Yes, so thank you everyone for joining us as well. I'll just say that real quick. Probably going to go for another minute or two just to say me goodbyes.
And at the end of the stream, I do have a link to a live stream we can raid if people want to go over there. Ed Love My Drones is on the panel there now as we speak. So if we can do that after the fact,
Yes,
then that'd be great.
Yes. I will apologise for that quick. I was just trying to find the right scene, and I accidentally clicked through a load of different ones. Don't know what I was thinking. There we go, but it's done. So that's good, right? So Gary says, thanks for having us. That's absolutely fine, mate. Thank you for joining us. The pleasure is ours. You know, we're the hosts. We've got to make the show fun and welcome everybody in. We do our best. Well, I know I do. Marc doesn't.
No, I
he could not.
mediocre at best. That's my middle name, mediocre.
Oh yes. So to sort of finish the stream off nicely, Marc, you've got someone to raid, right?
Yes, it's RC Crazy, part of the drone community. He's doing a live right now, and Love My Drones, aka Ed, is actually on the panel, and he's doing a Saturday night shout out, Merry Christmas special.
Nice.
So if you folks want to head over there and say hi,
right there.
yeah, that is the link, and you can put in whatever hashtag you want to put in there. We'll all go over and say hi. I'm sure he'll appreciate anybody that comes over.
Reviews raid or Centroid raid, just like so. Let him know who sent you over there. Before you all go, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I hope you have a great Christmas, great New Year. You know, party on, you know, spend time with your family, awesome stuff. And, you know, I'm wishing everybody all the best, so that's all good.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody.
That is from the heart, and we'll catch you all again after New Year, if we don't catch you any sooner. There may be a Red Dead stream later. Who knows? Who knows? If there is, good-o, feel free to come join us. If not, please don't be disheartened, because it's untested waters at the minute. Yes, AZ Drone Dude says, same to you guys, thank you. Yes, thank you everybody. I just wish I had like a Christmas hat or something just to throw on quick, but I don't. Brant Ariel says, play safe and have fun. Well, Gary, we'll see you in after the new year, mate, if not before. Who knows? It's all up in the air. I've got a little bit of time off here and there. You never know, I might just pop online and live stream real quick. So we're going over now to... 1 second. Yeah, going over there. That's all good. And that's very good. Thank you, everybody, for going over. I'll just put a quick hashtag in there. Centroid raid. And there we go. Show a bit of humility there. Don't want to show up with my own raid and hashtag myself. You know what I mean? That's all good. So thank you everybody for joining us. I've had a brilliant night tonight. I hope everybody else has had fun with us. Thank you to Marc for co-hosting. The show after the new year will be on his channel, so be sure to subscribe to him. He is linked in the description down below. If not, catch him in the chat. Go over, sub to him, because we alternate with the normal weekly shows on the Wednesday every week, so it'll be like his turn, my turn, whatever. All good. So it'll be his channel after the new year, so make sure you get him and subscribe to him. He's got a great channel as well. So yeah, I hope everybody
Take
has
care,
a
everybody.
great time. Wish you all the best. See you all again soon. Farewell, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.